stars are born. Sanity knows no bounds, and men's thrives on the suffering of the dead. Rot in the solace in the souls of the weak. We have taken refuge here among the mortals, in hope of harvest from my innocence. Tread lightly in the search for the voices and stories of the departed, for in shadow hides the evil that lurks within. As the light dies and slowly becomes night, the realm of spirits rule the world. In the darkness of your mind hides your own hidden demons, and brings to life your deepest fear. Do you have what it takes to speak to the dead? Do you accept your own mortality in the search for life after life? Have you ever seen a ghost, spirit, or demon? Have the lights flickered and the room became as cold as death itself? Maybe you have. Maybe it was your own subconscious preparing you for death. Come spend some of what's left of your own existence in our search for the answers that are hidden behind the veil. Shed off the blinders and open your mind's eye and listen to their stories. We are they. We are Incarnate Paranormal.
And what is up, everybody? Happy Sunday to you. Welcome to the Rare Sunday stream. I had to go into work for a couple hours today, pick up some gear for this massive freaking wedding over the weekend, Friday and Saturday night. Yeah. Finding the numbers or hearing the numbers of what it costs for this wedding. You know what? Sometimes people just have more dollars than cents. Tell me I'm wrong on that one. But anyways, hope you guys are doing well. Hope you had a great weekend. I'm foregoing the beginning of football here in a couple hours to get a show on for you guys. I did go through some of the videos. I plucked two where we didn't have recorders. We'll be watching them in a little bit. We are on to Section 3, Dead's H3VR in Joseph Wright's cell. We got 10 minutes into it, and yeah. Notice I'm not sneezing tonight. I actually got some allergy medication. Won't be turning off the camera every few seconds like... Wow, okay. Like that. Just every few seconds, let's just flash the camera. Yeah, won't be that annoying tonight. So that's good. I've been perusing. I haven't listened to, but kind of dragging over the recorder. Doesn't look like we're going to have too much on this section. We're 10 minutes in of 2 hours and 4 minutes. This one's going to be a little disheartening. Figure go about 30 minutes or so. Then we'll watch one of the videos. Go about 30 more minutes. Watch another one of the videos. Last night after the show, had to order a new mouse. My mouse took a shit. Thank God I was able to get, not the high quality one I got before, but another Corsair mouse. I actually like it better than the other one. Still got the counterweights on it, so I should have the new mic arm here tomorrow. That shouldn't take too long to set up, I hope. Beyond that, yeah, guys. Ready for analyze some audio tonight. And, yeah, watch a couple videos here in a little bit. If you guys got the headphones on, something cool to drink, someplace comfortable to sit, and you're ready to listen to silence for a while. Just saying. to bump this up a little bit. Actually, I think I'm going to have to. So let's bump this up another, another 8 should do it. Oh, come on. You can do that to me? Yeah, it is. There we go. Only does the section and not the whole file. Pain in the ass sometimes. All right, there we go. So yeah, we're going to get used to the white noise for a while. I think we got through what we're going to get out of this cell, which again, not entirely bad. Where did we get? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11 EVPs out of Joseph Wright's cell. And 2 off the GoPro, so 13. And 1 off the GoPro did match the Dead's H3 VR. So, you know, we're not doing too bad. We're at 46 EVPs. And we're not even through the third record. Not even all the way through the third recorder. On night 1. We're well above where we should be. And I'm happy about that. Thank God it's a short week at work. Gonna have a 3-day weekend, which hopefully means Wednesday night, long show. Thursday night, no show. Thanksgiving. Black Friday, play it by ear. That's a 4-day weekend, not a 3-day. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah. Maybe Brent needs to learn to count. If I need to count over 20, I just take off my pants. So, just say it. But again, guys, for those here for the first time, where is it at? Did I put it up? Yes, I did. Das is what we're investigating. Nevada State Prison. This is my favorite place to investigate. Second will be Goldfield, Nevada. A lot of great people in Goldfield. I've investigated the hotel, the Emporium, Florence Mine, a couple other places, the cemetery. But this just takes it. This just freaking takes it. And if you guys are nice, and I mean really nice to me, tomorrow night I might play the cemetery. But that's video from night 2. It's only a couple of minutes. But yeah, it's only about 15 headstones up there. And right now we're up here on the top. We're right up here. Top right. Not the long warehouse, the one right before it. Actually, I take that back. The one directly across from it, which is building 12. So we've got 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 up top. Yeah, that's right. You know what's bad when you have to stop and think about it for a few minutes? But 11-mile hike each night. That's why Brent stays in shape. You go on investigations, you walk a lot. Hold on. Okay, that's something. normal bumps, out of whack bump. And it sounds like it's coming from down the hallway. We'll have to make a mental note of this and remember it once we get into Pitney's cell. So unfortunately, we've got to debunk that. Almost feel like you're hearing talking in the background. By this time, we're on section 3, so 2, 4, 4.5 hours in. It's about 9 o'clock. It would be around 9:30 at night when this recorder would be on right now. I think. It's 4:15. I haven't done a show this early in a long time. If it wouldn't have been for work, I would have done a show this morning. Really throw you guys for a loop. And I forgot to do something, so bear with me, guys. I'm a dumbass. I really am. I forgot to change the show. So block 12, episode 15. Okay, bear with me. All right, there we go. We're set. There's a glitch in OBS. Encoder overloaded. No, it's not. This one might be one of the doors slamming again. These are always loud, so caution. See spikes like this, be aware. Now that's a loud frickin' bang. It's like a cell door just slamming, but it ain't. It's not. That's the thing. All these doors are open. Hearing those like that is just crazy. Guys, I'm here. Just turning the camera off for a minute. Gotta check an email, so bear with me. Alright, guys, sorry about that one. Not like you missed much, right? And for those that have not been here before, pictures on the wall behind me. Let's start right here. Jesse Bishop, first person to be executed once they brought the execution back to Nevada. Guy John, first person to be executed by lethal gas. I keep forgetting his name. Why do I? Sorry, John Hancock. First person to be hung, Nevada State Prison. Carol Cole, Edward Carroll Cole, first person to be executed by lethal injection in Nevada. And, of course, Andreza Markovich, only person in Nevada State Prison to be executed by firing squad. And that's a pretty good question for chat. Anybody watching on YouTube later, anybody on watching the VOD later after the show goes live, if you had to make a choice of how to go, if you were committed a crime and you had to go through the whole execution process, what method would you take? You know, lethal injection, electric chair, gas chamber, hanging, firing squad. That's valid question. You know, it's like you're given the choice. I can't believe Andreza Markovich chose firing squad. You know, is that instant? No, probably not. Especially if that machine or the person pulling the trigger ain't exactly a great shot. Of course, we've heard the horror stories with lethal injection with not working right. I don't have exactly licensed phlebotomists running the show. Electric chair, you're cooking from the inside out. Gas chamber, yeah, you might cough for a couple minutes, but that's about it. You know, with Floyd Burton Loveless, The Boy Nevada Killed, great book if you get a chance, but 17 years old, gas chamber. The guard told him, as soon as you hear the pellets hit the water, or hit the pellets drop, start breathing deeply, and it'll be fairly painless. So it does raise that valid question. Which way? I think some states are actually bringing back firing squad, and some have actually talked about the guillotine. My God, what a bloody mess on that. Yeah, no guillotine. Don't even bring that back. But they're talking about bringing back the firing squad. Definitely cheaper. Humane, I don't know. I'm not the person to ask on that one. But, you know, investigating a prison and you get into the execution chamber, these things run through your head. You know, these things definitely ring in your head. It's like, you know, what do we do? This is interesting. Definitely a hell of a concept. And these are the things we're going to do when analyzing evidence. You know, talk about the prison, talk about, you know, the executions, talk about, you know, all this. And as I've said, guys, all the people. What in the hell are we doing now? How that gets mixed up like that? And we're going to go through this real quick. John Hancock, hanging. Thomas Gorman, Al Linderman, Fred Roberts, John Sevener, 4 to be executed all at once at the gallows. Indian Johnny, Joe Ibapaw, Charles Kaiser, George Williams, Patrick Casey, you know, by hanging. Let's do these in order. Lethal Gas, Guy John, Stanko Jukic, Robert White, Luz Seha, Everett Mole, aka John Hall, Ray Elmer Miller, Joseph Bader, Luther Jones, Domenico Nadal, Burton Williamson, William Boyd, John Kramer, Floyd McKinney, Raymond Plunkett, Floyd Lovelace, Albert Sala, Lethal Gas. And you see the arrows on top here are actually the on the pictures behind me. Then when they were hanging up in the office, it had the picture sitting next to the arrow, so people would know who they were talking about. Lethal Gas, Paul Scout, David Blackwell, Laszlo Varga, Eugene Gambetta. 10 to 1, that's a mob. Probably mobster, but murdered, shot his ex-wife. James Williams, Theodore Gregory, Owen Butner, Gregorio Arellano. Hopefully I'm not butchering these names. Domingo Echeverria, Clayton Fauquet, Ferdinand Bordelais, shot a hitchhiker. Leroy Linden, murdered a hitchhiker. Earl Stewart, Thane Archibald, Jesse Bishop, murdered David Ballard at the El Morocco Casino here in Las Vegas. That one was all over the news back in the day. Carol Cole, murdered 15 women. William P. Thompson, Sean Flanagan, murdered and dismembered 2 people. Thomas E. Ball, murdered Francis Maves. Richard Moran, murdered and shot 3 people, including his wife, and a drug-induced paranoia. So, you know, being under the influence, you ain't free from the execution chamber. Roderick Ebieta, murdered his ex-girlfriend. Get over it. She left you. Alvaro Calambro, Sebastian Bridges. These are all lethal injection, by the way. Lawrence Caldwell, Terry Dennis, murdered Leona Stramanis, deserted the army, went on a crime spree. And Daryl Mack, the last person to be executed in Nevada State Prison, murdered and strangled Betty May and Kim Parks. So yeah, this is all their names, all their crimes, execution dates, how they were executed, and the date they were executed. And you kind of look, that's why we're kind of going through this, getting our bearings together next year for the investigation. December, too late, way too late in the year. June, still kind of early. Don't know if I can get the time off work that quick. And I don't think we're going to be done with this by June. God, I hope we are. And we should be. So yeah. Kind of it, guys. All these faces you see around the screen are the faces of these men. All their stories, all their crimes. And believe me, it's creepy. I got the evidence screen in front of me on OBS. I got all these men staring at me while I'm mentioning their names. It's honestly a little creepy to me. But they're going to stay up there as long as we're investigating Nevada State Prison. And again, if Zoom happens to ever come across this video, I use your gear on my investigations. A sponsorship would be nice. Every bit of audio you're hearing, minus one recorder, is all Zoom. And the others are Tascams. Zoom, the official recorder of the Paranormal Investigator and Incarnate Paranormal. God, that was a cheesy freaking pitch. But it works, right? You want the best in audio? The H3VR. Except no substitutes. My God, I'm pathetic. And don't you dare agree with me, guys. These are the ones when we get no evidence. I just wish we had a full chat today. But I'm okay, content sitting here talking to myself. It's only a way you get good behind the mic. Just sit there and talk to yourself like you got a full room. Definitely makes it interesting, that's for sure. You don't want to run out of stuff to say. Right there. Door opening way down the cell block, and it's not us coming back. So is that evidence? Yeah, it is. But nothing we can count. Way too faint. To see if a couple of regulars make it in. I know one is playing Star Trek Online instead of coming to watch the show. It's alright though. And a couple of flares here. Might have something, I doubt it, but you just never know. guys. I said, we're probably about, let's see, we're 38 minutes, about 10 minutes we'll do a video. And the videos are actually places we did not investigate. Or did not put recorders in. We got pretty much just taken in and shown the areas. So we could say we've been into them. Which is fine by me. Another loud tap coming up. You know what? I think we might push it back to the hour mark. Just because. We're going to do it at 49. God, that's loud. And I haven't really amplified it a whole hell of a lot. So yeah, screw it. We're going to do a video. So, okay. I don't even know where this was, so you might have to turn your volume up just a little bit. I'm going to turn the cam off, so not to impede any anything that might happen. So yeah, this is one of the videos tonight.
Critter of some sort, but I do not believe it is one of the larger ones we have to worry about.
We are going into the boiler room.
Boiler room.
Oh, you can smell that.
Oh yeah, it's juicy.
Smell of burnt chemical.
Yeah, it's an acrid smell. So just watch the floor. Watch the burger go too.
Oh shit.
Blades are stable. Should be able to stand on them. Just be aware that there's pipes running everywhere.
There's an EVP. I'll be damned. I'll be damned there's an EVP. Let's that sounds like fuck off.
Watch the burger go too. Blades are stable. Should be able to stand on them. Just be aware that there's pipes running everywhere. Pipes running.
That's fuck off. Are you kidding me? We actually got an EVP in here. I gotta write that down. Hold on a second, guys. Wow. I don't believe we got one here. All right. There's one for the meter. We're not able to get one on the audio, but we're able to get one on video on a place that you wouldn't even think we could even get one.
Something's definitely got power in it.
Yeah, I can hear it.
So EVPs would be useless in here.
Not true. We got one.
Actually, no.
I'm gonna have to go swap batteries here, I think. Louis. Did they really name the boilers?
Yeah.
Huey, Dewey, and Louie.
Yes.
We'll go figure on that.
Oh, it's better than Larry Long cursing.
This is true.
I mean,
Which one's the workhorse?
someone told me that they had one of these things in operation again. I guess it's this one since it's got all those spots on it.
Get out. Get out. We got another one. Write this down. Two EVPs off video. This is good, guys. This is good. I forgot to add one to the insult. Fuck off is an insult.
So this is what the boiler room for a prison looks like.
I'm in here. I'm in here. Did we really just get an EVP in the bathroom? I'm in here. No. We did. We got an EVP of a ghost in the bathroom.
These stairs safe? Yeah, they are real steep. Holy shit. Ain't joking. The tank.
The
What a
tank.
name for a water tank. The tank. Oh yeah, birds up here are plenty, that's for sure. Oh, fucking bird shit and rat shit.
Plentiful.
Yeah.
And the problem with rats is they smell out the wires because there's soy extract in the wire sheathing. And that's what they go to town on.
The air in here probably isn't the best of quality. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is the boiler room. Not a lot to see, but I definitely don't want to investigate in here. Too much interference with the generators.
We didn't even investigate, and we got 3 EVPs.
Still a lot of live power. But what's this powering?
Probably lights somewhere.
The entire rest of the prison.
So does that mean theoretically you could go flip the lights in the prison and they'd go on?
Yeah. Oh yeah, there's lights all over the prison.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Bottom floor for sure.
Damn.
You
Okay.
gotta be careful though, because you switch some breakers in some parts of the building and start burning.
Yeah, don't want to do that.
If they don't want
Yeah,
some arc-
Brett don't want to burn down the
Off
prison.
limits to who? Me. Yeah.
I love that.
Me. Yeah, don't want to do that.
Definitely don't want some arcage.
Off limits to who? Me. Yeah.
Off limits to who? Me. All right. That's one of the videos, guys. That's classic, especially the end. Door off limits to who? Me. We got 3 EVPs out of that. Fuck off, get out, and I'm in here in the bathroom. Did somebody die in the bathroom? I don't know, but we added, that would be 45, 46, 47, 48, 49 EVPs so far. I just got to figure out how to get that for Susan. That's evidence right there. That's good. I'm gonna have to fucking break down and buy Premiere Pro. Don't want to do it, but I think I'm gonna have to at this point. Back to some audio. Damn EVPs off that. And the shitty thing about these videos, even though they're only 6 minutes, I can't upload them to TikTok. They are too big of a file. Scheiße. Shit. It's all good though. Slow at work this month for my pedometer. I'm only at 95 miles. Last month was 135, 130 before that, 145 before that, 106 before that, 111. So that's a lot. So figure 100, 230, 360, 500, 600, 700, 730. 730 miles walking in 730 miles in 6 months. Not entirely bad. But yeah, that video is. I never thought we'd get EVPs in the power room, in the boiler room. That's just insanity. Especially opening the bathroom to hear a spirit say, "I'm in here." What kind of shit is that? Well, literally. And Sarah, I see you snuck in. How you doing this evening? But I think tonight is going to be it on the videos for a while. I don't want to blow through all of them. Even though we've got like 30 or what, about 18 more just on night one. 2 tonight just because we haven't been getting a lot of evidence, and if we didn't investigate these areas. Chris just kind of walked us through it to show Deds and I. So it's kind of a blessing we're able to go through these areas. But like I said, I'm happy with that investigation. We got to go into every single area of the prison, minus into the execution chamber. I'm okay with this. We got to do everything. Even got to third year, got to go to the graveyard. And I'll show the graveyard when we get to night 2 and we get to the videos. And we are halfway through this recorder. have hit a serious dead zone. It's all right. Gotta go through it. Like, I think the bookbinding factory is going to be a dead cell. I think the cave is going to be might be a dead cell, and the old isolation cell might be. I think we'll get some out of isolation since it's you guys when you see the video you'll know. It's probably as big as a kitchen, a normal sized kitchen, but about 8 feet. About the size of a normal kitchen. We might get something out of there. Building 6. Building 6 is possible to have a lot since it's our first time. 8. We didn't do 7. Probably should have, but they're cookie cutter cell blocks. They all look the same, but activity will vary. So we did everything up there but 7. Went in there, just didn't investigate it. 6 actually stunk to high hell. The hell is that? It's not windy, so it can't be a fan or anything. Sounds like a vibration of some kind. So yeah, we're going to give it about another 15 minutes and I'll play the second video. And for those who missed it, if you don't want to watch the VOD, I'm going to post the videos separately on YouTube as well, so you can watch them straight through without me stopping, rewinding, and analyzing. And I'll label them too, so you can easily find them. The first one's the boiler room. Kind of ironic. We watched the boiler room and I'm wearing a Freddy Krueger hat. Kind of stupid, I know, but that's me. I'm cheesy. it's kind of like this at this point.
Are you in here?
They are in here. They're not gonna tell us.
Kind of just starting to imagine EVPs now. Now, I'm sure there's a lot of people out there, and I've said this before many times. If you actually realize what went on TV behind the scenes to get this type of evidence to produce a TV show, you'd probably have a lot more respect for them. But then again, remember, acting. And again, they go in for weeks, for a week at a time. Why am I yawning? Not good. And it's not, what, it's 5:12 and I'm yawning. Oh, good Lord. Alright. Had to adjust the numbers on the list to reflect the EVPs from the video. We're going to hit this next bump, then we'll do the next video. Kind of hoping Deds will pop in tonight. He'll get a kick out of getting EVPs out of the boiler room. And speak of the other devil, Vexus just popped in. How you doing tonight, Vexus? And Vexus, you kind of missed. Just got through playing a video here about 10 minutes ago, and got evidence off of it, which is good. Getting ready to play another one here in about 5 minutes, so make sure and stay tuned. That one will definitely wake you up. No idea what that is. But as I promised, the second video, like I said, we didn't investigate this area. It's just basically we're giving a tour. So let's get this one started. Somebody wants to really sit on a throne.
Should.
Lifted toilet seat. This was actually open.
Is it?
The door on the other side,
Yeah.
it's open.
Can you get out?
Yeah.
Alright, I want to lock this.
That is seriously stale dirt.
Yeah, that's old. That's years old. Nice old big fucking pallets.
Oh, these are the fruit pallets are here. These are monsters.
If you guys can see this in the dark, right up by the guard tower. Let me kick the light up. Can you guys see it now? Let's where's my flashlight? Yeah,
still can't see shit.
We got no. What's that? Yeah.
This shit's open.
It is.
I know.
It is. It is. It is. It is.
There's a, I don't know if that's Dead's or that's an EVP.
It is. It is.
That's a whisper and it's echoing. So I don't think that's Dead's. I think we got an EVP here too.
It is. It is. It is.
But what's it saying?
It is. It is. It is. It is.
I know. I know. I know.
Okay.
I know.
It is.
What do you guys think?
It is. It is. It is. It is. It is. It is.
We'll come back.
Okay.
Looks like a paint shop.
That reminds me of something like Silent Hill or something. Yeah. Smell your smell again? Oh, shit. That's Jesus.
Like an old tool. Yeah, this is an old tool room.
Carpenter's shop. Just Brent looking into everything.
Nothing special in there.
I guess that upstairs has that.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's modern cable.
That is. Yeah. He just cut the leads off.
Look at Duds, like
like
the
Cat
electronics guy. Freaking looking at the Cat 5 cable in a prison. It's kind of funny. We're here to investigate, and he's
That's not a crawl space. That's a whole.
Appointment dawn 9:15, 2 p.m. No date. Can't be that old.
2012ish.
appointment card.
9:15.
Probably the 15th. That wouldn't be the year. That'd be
No.
the day.
9:15. So September 15th at 2.
Yeah. So what year?
Yeah, you push.
Say, since we're next door to the maintenance shop, they might still actively come in here periodically.
Whole lot of rats and rat shit in there.
Oh yeah. That's had their way.
If you need an M95, there's one laying there.
Do you trust it though?
Sure.
Oh yes. That you can be assured of.
You're right though. That's some Silent Hill shit there.
That's what I'm saying. It's freaking creepy. Either that or Resident Evil Village. Which is even worse.
Jesus. It's like a freaking house up here.
It does look like a house.
Watch the wires. That's padlocked.
Okay, so lock that part off.
This is the kind of shit you get trust issues from.
Yeah.
This is open.
Yeah, there's two ways in there. There's there and this cage right here. It's really, yeah.
So you pretty much get the idea there, guys. We got one little EVP out of there at, let's go back to it, 210. Okay, a little bit further back.
That's a year.
Okay, right there.
This shit's open.
It is. It is. It is.
Sounds like it says
It is.
again. Wow.
It is.
I know.
I'd like to get your guys' idea on this, please. Vexus, Sarah, know you guys are in here.
I know. I know. I know.
It is. It is.
I can't make
It
that
is.
out.
It is.
So unknown EVP, but we're gonna count it. All right. Pretty much does it for the videos tonight. So let's let's get back to some audio. And just for reference, guys, that was EVP number 50 for the prison. I'm shocked we got an EVP outside. But, hey, that's 50. We are 1/9 the way to beating 469. Never thought I'd actually throw that out there, 1/9. Or just under 1/9. We're only 3 recorders in. Just wow. And Explicit has arrived. How you doing this evening? That's a motor of some kind, not an EVP. Just fine watching some guy look at a screen with lines on it, right? And but you missed it. We gone through 2 videos tonight. I actually brought videos out of places we didn't investigate. We just were given the tour through, and we got evidence from the videos. So we're not just looking at lines. We were watching videos. But some people are late tonight. Sorry, had to say it. Sundays are a rarity. But since I didn't do a show Friday, I had to do it. Seen a bit of the videos you popped in, cool. Just so you know, after the show, I'm going to be uploading the 2 videos we watched to YouTube separate from this. So if you want to watch them all the way through, please do. The first one, we had 3 EVPs, and this second one, we had 1. So I'm actually kind of laughing at the first one. Had an EVP I'd never expect. It threw me for a loop. I'm going, we didn't just hear this. Yes, we did. So we actually got an insult on video as well. One more till we hit 100 on the insults, which I never thought we'd reach that. Not after I've started being nice to the spirits. And we have reached EVP 50 on this last video. We reached number 50. Which I'm happy about. That's can't change the nature of the beast, or so they say. No, you can't. I've modified the way I've investigated. I poke. I just don't. I poke. I don't provoke. But just walking through and you get an EVP like that, it's like fuck off. It's like really. But I don't know. We are having fun with it. But next, do I have notes yet? No, I don't. Figure out which recorder we're going to do next. Someone didn't get the snack pack for lunch. No, they didn't. No, they didn't get their snack pack. They didn't get their juice box either. But if I don't get my snack pack and my juice box, at least give me my carpet square so I can have a nap. Oh no, explicit, that's all right. At least a response is better than no response. It's kind of a thump on something. Can't really call that evidence. We can call it evidence, but we're not going to mark it. I mean, even if we don't get anything else out of this recorder, we've gotten 11 pieces of evidence off this recorder. We can count it. I just don't write those down. Because those buildings are old and there's still structural sounds. When we did night 1 with Sims Recorder up in execution viewing, there was knocking every couple minutes. But this, it's pretty consistent on repeating. So yes, it's evidence. Excuse me, yawning. But nothing to write down. But I will say I like these recorders so much more than the Olympuses. They're picking up so much more. Next year is going to be even better. Oh my God, I'm terrified of next year. I am so terrified of next year. But I am trying to arrange it for September if you're interested in joining the investigation. It's going to be open to all my viewers first before I invite anybody else. Because half the people last year flaked on me. And they're just not going to be allowed back to the prison. Not under my watch. What the? There's an EVP. All right. We're actually getting an EVP now out of this recorder finally. Frickin' finally. Oh my god. We're hour 31 minutes and we didn't get anything. In an hour and 20 minutes. And so an hour and 20 to 3 hours since we've got an EVP from a recorder. So we're going to have to bump that up. Noise reduction. Okay, we're going to have to go to try denoise instead. Turn that way down just in case. Okay. Shit. So what we're going to have to do is do it this way. And I do not like doing it this way. Sometimes it works for us, sometimes it doesn't. It's about 70-30. 30% it works for us. Okay, now go to right. Okay. I bet you anything this sounds warbly. Oh, I don't know. Okay. Shit. We're going to work on this one for a minute. See if I can get it cleaned up. If not, we're going to pass it up. This one's just... Come in here. I'm in here. get in here. It's so distorted, guys. Oh. I don't think we can count this. I really don't think we can count it. It's creepy. It sounds like it's coming from the other side of the cell block. This is the recorder is in A wing. This sounds like it's coming from D wing. We're gonna do a couple more bumps on this. See if we can. Come in here. I think this is about as much as I can clean it up. All right, let's get that saved and move along. All right. 2298 EVP 51. Vexus, how you doing, buddy? Kind of sounds like that's bad behavior. Yeah, I hear that. You're right. All right, I changed the EVP. Thank you. Thank you, Explicit. Good ear. Good ear, Explicit. Very, very good ear. That was one of the harder EVPs I think we've ever dealt with. Trying to clean it up. At least I'm getting better cleaning it up now. wonder where Deds is at. Last time I checked on Discord, he was playing Star Trek. I'd like to see MDS pop in tonight too, maybe. Still got to thank him for the recorder. So, who knows? Get some mystery guests in tonight. Haha, nerd. Yeah, I would wholeheartedly agree with you. Only gets good internet if the wind is right. But it's all good. He got to be a part of the investigation. A lot of just random sounds from the buildings. The sounds the buildings make is almost creepier than the EVPs. Which I think is wild. I just wish we could do overnighters in the prison. If it wasn't for the active prison next door and they had facilities, I think we'd be allowed to do it. But to sleep in one of the cells, I'd love to sleep in last night's cells. Or up in one of the cells where Neil Pitney overdosed on heroin. You know, sleep in the cell where Joseph Wright was, murdered right outside the door. It's sleep in cell block 9 or cell block 11 where basically they hung the guy. So many of these places I'd love to be able to sleep. Just take a sleeping bag, just a mat, pillow, and just crash out in one of the cells for a while. Just lay there in the cell and investigate till I fall asleep. And have the camera running the entire time. Explicit? Probably not. I'll be honest with you. It'd probably be like investigating the Goldfield Hotel. We were the first team to sleep in there since the hotel closed in 48. I think we maybe got an hour's sleep. The spirits there would not let us sleep. Every time you drift off, you'd hear footsteps running up the stairs. And you just wake up and see a shadow standing there. Swear to God, you hear laughing. You're like, okay, the prison's going to be even more intense. Your last night's cells, you're sleeping in a cell where somebody was getting ready to be led into the other room to die. So, of course, with all the prisoners, you see their pictures. that were executed there, they'd probably want to talk. Matter of fact, I'd guarantee they'd probably want to talk. This guy's here all night. We might not get this chance again. Let's talk to him. I'm okay with that. I can sleep later at the hotel. I'd love to be the only one on prison grounds. Well, I mean, I've done it before to where everybody's down in the office and I'm up alone in the cell block. That is an uneasy feeling. Did that last year, but it's to stay there overnight? Oh, yes. And Tristan, I see you snuck in. How you doing tonight? Oh no, we take the equipment with us. I think next year I'm going to put a fresh pair of batteries in one of the recorders. And I'm just going to hit record and come get it the next morning. I'll get another H1N and I'll put it right somewhere overnight and see if we get something. So I don't know if I need more audio though. I thought about it this year. I just didn't follow through with it because I didn't think the memory card had enough on it. But yeah, I could. Or that, or just get another memory card and have that for leftover night. But I guess next year is going to be great. I'm going to try to get 2 more GoPros, which Black Friday is coming up, so that's good. With the gimbals, which adds 5 to 6 hours battery life. Get the lights and get a couple spare battery packs to plug into the light. And that way you can get like, 6 hours of video and just have the light run the whole time off the battery pack. Just have the static cameras in a couple more areas. It all depends on what we get this year off of Dead's 2 GoPros and off the one I carried around, and my 8 that I had static. So we're gonna figure that out. It's all going to depend on the amount of evidence. But next year I'm gonna have mics for the static cameras, not just the audio off the GoPro, because audio off the GoPro by itself sucks, even with the media mod. I think it's gonna be interesting. We're not even a 20th the way through the evidence, and I'm already trying to plan next year, which is insanity. The amount of personal experiences and physical evidence we saw, not caught on audio and video, is enough to make you just want to go like every weekend. And if I lived up there, I'd go there every weekend just to clean the prison up. Carry a recorder with me and clean.
I'm so scared.
Wow, Sarah, thank you for the host, 3 people. Welcome to Incarnate Paranormal. You have any questions about the paranormal, please feel free to ask. I will stop the stream, do whatever I can to answer your questions. Basically, we're analyzing evidence from Nevada State Prison. Yeah, especially since I'm trying to plan the investigation for September. September, what did I say, 7th, 8th, and 9th? I wrote it down somewhere. Yeah, September 7th, 8th, and 9th of next year is what I'm aiming for. Because that's the anniversary of this guy right here, Mr. John Hancock, the first person to be hung at Nevada State Prison. It's so hard to do all the on the anniversary of executions, because some of them are so late in the year, or some of them are early in the year, and to financially recover from the investigation, it's not feasible to go that quick. Let me break these out again since you guys are here. We got December, June, October, April, March, August, January, June, August, February, October 22nd, which is Jesse Bishop, which is this guy right here. November, way too late in the year. Right after we left Nevada State Prison, 2 days later it snowed. And you ain't getting Brent to investigate a cold prison when it's snowing. Just not happening. May, still kind of early in the year. September 29th, Floyd Loveless, which might not be that might not be a bad one. End of September. Instead of end of October, do end of September. That'd be Floyd Burton Loveless. Which is Floyd Burton Loveless. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5th over on the bottom if you're going from the left. September, November, December, May, June, August. So, you know, all these execution dates. It all just depends when in the year we can feasibly do it. So, I don't know, guys. But again, I will be opening up the next year's investigation to my viewers first. I'm not going to open it up to the teams first. I'm opening it up to the channel first. I will announce the confirmed dates on here. You are responsible for your travel, your hotel, your investigation, your food. For 3 nights of investigating, if that's what you choose, because I will lock down 3 nights. You're looking, well, 1, 2, 3, 4. You're probably talking close to around 1,500, if not a little bit more. Depending where you're coming from in the country, flights you can get for dirt cheap. Your rent-a-car might be the expensive part. If you book through Expedia, you can get good deals on hotels all through Carson. I stay at Gold Dust West. I'm trying to set up a deal with the hotel, since I've stayed there 3 years in a row, to get a corporate room rate for everybody. If I get the corporate room rate, it's $100 a night. If you go through Expedia, it's like $140 a night. So you figure 140, 320, 420. 420 for your hotel for 3 nights. Hotel or your flight's going to be 200. 200 for your car. There's almost $1,000 right there. So to be able to investigate, hold on. to be able to investigate this for 3 nights. More than worth it. However, there is an active prison next door. Was it Warm Springs Hotel or Warm Springs Prison, I think. They're trying to take over these upper buildings, take them back over, and reopen them to active prison, which would mean we only have this bottom area to investigate. If that's the case, the activity just in these lower buildings is still more than worth it. It is $125 a night per person to investigate. So if you want to come out for 1, 2, or 3 nights, that's up to you. That's $375. You're not going to find a cheaper deal to investigate a prison of that size. But unfortunately, guys, like I said, I talk a lot when we're not getting evidence. Found out that I probably have access to the house I experienced. My main experience is in. That's awesome, Vexus. Go investigate it. You'll have fun. But we're kind of closing in on the end of this recorder, this section of the recorder. If I got time, I might bite. Explicit, just let me know. I'll keep you in the loop. I want my viewers there. I'd love for my viewers to be able to go. That way you can experience what we're listening to here firsthand. These dark times, we're not getting any audio. We're not getting any evidence. These are just recorders spread out throughout the prison. Hit record and walk away. The experiences of walking around the prison investigating is great. Too cold already? Yeah. Put on a jacket. You'll be fine. Sarah, it'll be a party. That's especially, and let me pause the audio for this. There's a couple areas in the prison where women have more experiences than the men. One is in the women's ward, which is obvious. The other is an execution viewing. There's a couple spirits there that despise women. So, yeah, you got to be careful there. Edward Carroll Cole does not like women in execution. And you will get messed with a little bit, but you have somebody there to watch over you, you're fine. Just don't do it alone. And Edward Carroll Cole, second picture in on the bottom left. Or on bottom right, sorry. This is Edward Carroll Cole right here. Fly to Portland and drive down with Sarah. Yeah, that's a drive. That's a stout drive. But like Southwest, if Southwest flies out of Minneapolis, you can get flights for a couple $100. So any of Sarah's friends there she raided with, you guys have any questions on the paranormal? Welcome to the room. Introduce yourselves and please ignore the lack of evidence tonight, please. as you can see, watching the power signatures, there's pretty much nothing left on this recorder. We had 18 digital recorders spread out throughout the prison, plus the one I was carrying all night, and the one Dead Ned's 007 was carrying with him. So literally 20 recorders, 6 to 7 hours audio each, 3 nights. You figure we have with the video, over 450 hours of evidence to go over. And we're not even 18 hours in. Getting towards that. All right, we're down to the end of that one. We only have 11 minutes left on the next recorder. So what we're going to do is, since there's only 11 minutes on it, we're going to go ahead and knock out this recorder tonight. Really ain't got much else going on. And it doesn't look like there's really anything on this recorder, but we're going to find out. Let's go through and do some... bump up the audio just a little bit. I don't think that's enough still, so bear with me. There we go. Let's get through this last 11 minutes of audio. And then night one, Dead's H3 VR will be done. We made it through this recorder with... how many EVPs did we get? Let me count this. 1, 2, 3... 12 EVPs in 6 hours, which not entirely bad. We are sitting at 51 EVPs right now. What I might do, though, is set up a wheel to determine what recorders we're going to go over next. Night 2, I know we had a problem with one recorder, which sucked. Now, with these recorders, when I hit record, I always make sure the EQ on the recorder is moving. You know, I'll look at it, I'll speak and watch the bars bump, and I set it down, make sure it's still running, and walk away. One of the recorders, I came back 6 hours later, it didn't record shit. Something stopped it. It only got like 20 seconds of audio. And it just stopped. Which literally means there was either one, a defective memory card, or something walked up to it and hit stop. And there was nobody else in the prison block or in the cell block at that time. Because you would have heard the footsteps walk up and move it. So I think a spirit manipulated the power on the device and just hit stop. This, we had a problem last year with one recorder. You have to double click record. You have to hit it once to cue it and another time to record. And I screwed up and only hit it once. And that's when I started making sure each recorder was running before I walked away, to avoid any user error. And I'll just go through it again, guys. The Thanksgiving week schedule: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Yes, there's shows. Thursday, maybe in the morning. Afternoon, no. Obvious reasons. Friday, I will do a Black Friday show. Saturday, Sunday, more than likely, because there's not going to be one Thursday. So we're going to play it by ear depending on work. The fact I had to come in today just sucked. Again, freaking massive multi-millionaire wedding. Had to pick up the gear. Ugh. Why people would spend 10 to 20 million on a wedding is beyond me. Even if I had the money, no. Just no. I mean, hell, they had the Chainsmokers, John Legend, and Old Dominion play at their wedding. And they had a couple other small bands that I don't even know their name. But to have 3 main bands play at your wedding, you got to have some coin. You got to have some serious coin. And hell, John Legend's $1 million alone. People have more dollars than cents, and I said that earlier. But I guess if you have that kind of money and you got a spoiled daughter, excuse my ideas on this, and she wants that massive blowout wedding, you give it to her. Otherwise, she turns into Bridezilla, and you just don't want that. Sorry, ladies. You know it's true. Probably lost some female support right there. But it's okay. Just remember, this is what you don't see on TV. For anybody out there that does watch the paranormal shows, I talk about this all the time. They'll go in for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 nights at a time to investigate these locations. Hell, they did Goldfield Hotel for 1 week. And they go in and knock everything down into a 1-hour show. Maybe a 2-hour special. But they're going in for 8, 9, 10 hours a night to investigate. Give you an idea of how much evidence they go through to produce a TV show for our enjoyment. Well, not for my enjoyment, but if you guys watch it, there's the secret to the show. There's more, I just can't get into them. But I will guarantee you, they do not go through 450 hours of audio. Each one probably has their own digital recorder. Each one has their camera. They have their camera crews. They don't just put up random shit across locations like this dumbass. Yeah, I call myself a dumbass. Otherwise, they're just sitting around listening to this white noise, waiting for that one little piece. And for those who are interested, if you want to join my Discord, and you want to, if you do, go down to documents. My first 2 investigations of Nevada State Prison, I typed up all the evidence if you want to read it. Unfortunately, right now, the videos I had to set to private on YouTube, so you can't exactly go watch them. Dealing with some copyright bullshit on royalty-free music. Somebody bought the rights to it, and I almost got a strike. So I got to go through and edit out 300 videos. As I do, I'll gradually put them back up. But right now, it's just a pain in the butt. So just kind of check back on that if you want to see them. But if you want to read, again, it's in Discord for you. Thank you, Explicit. And you'd be surprised at some of the EVPs we got. 436 EVPs on the first investigation. 469 EVPs on the second investigation. We're 3 recorders into the third investigation, and we're at 51. Kind of give you an idea of how much evidence we're actually going to get on this investigation. I will not be surprised if we hit 650 EVPs. But we're not going to get... even if we do it 11 per recorder, times 1,880, 190, 190 times 3, that's 520 EVPs. So if we hit 500, I'll be happy. Don't worry, that's just us walking in the cell block. I'm going to pause that real quick. You heard me say we have an echo now. Earlier on, early in the night, we actually had sound voids. We were not getting echoes through two sections of the cell block. And it was creepy because we were stomping, we were talking louder, and nothing would echo. So when you heard that, that's what we were talking about. Okay.
She's at 1 bar, 6 hours, 24 minutes.
Dude.
All right, this is H3VR ending night 1.
So you heard that 6.5 hours, 1 recorder. Oh, we're in for a long haul, guys. So please, if you guys are interested in the paranormal and you like listening, trying to pick out that EVP out of all the silence, please hit that like button. Please come back. I try to do this Monday through Friday, 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time till about 8:30. I try to do an hour and a half to 2 hours Monday through Friday. If I happen to miss a show during the week, I generally will do a makeup show on the weekends, like I'm doing tonight. So, yeah, tomorrow night we're going to start a new recorder. I'm going to do a coin flip. Actually, you know what? I don't know if I'll do a coin flip, because I said I would do, I think I said I was going to do Vexus Recorder next. So, tomorrow night we're going to start Vexus Recorder. And what I mean by that, guys, if I get a viewer who donates enough for a recorder, I write their screen name onto the recorder. So when I go to a location like Nevada State Prison, I get to say the streamer's name into the recorder. So this is Vexus Recorder being left in the execution chamber in Nevada State Prison, night 1. So you're actually getting to hear your name said on an investigation. It's just kind of a goofy little thank you to all my viewers who have supported this channel for the past couple years, past 3 years almost. You know, we just passed our 300th show. So it's been a good ride so far, guys, and we're just getting started. You know, I'm trying to educate people on, you know, how we analyze evidence and keep the history alive of Nevada State Prison and other areas that we go to. It's not just about bumbling and stumbling in the dark. It's about keeping the history alive of, you know, of all these locations. You know, we visit so many places, and there's so much history, so many stories, and we just got to listen to them. A lot of these places haven't seen people in 20, 30, 40 plus years. So if something tragic happened there, somebody died, they're just like we are. We get lonely every now and then. We want to talk to people. So they get that person that pops in. Oh, hey, somebody's here to talk to me. And you're going to have evidence like you won't believe. Talk to them like I'm just talking to you guys. Make jokes. Have a good time with it. And you'd be surprised at what you get. Ask dumb questions. They're not really dumb questions. You know, don't ask, you know, what's your name? How old are you? And don't ever ask, how did you die? When did you die? Do you know you're dead? Those are disrespectful questions. You know, I was training a kid one day, and he asked, do you like ketchup? I just kind of looked at him going, what? It's like, do you like ketchup? That's actually kind of clever. I mean, it's out in left field, but it's not something ordinary. A lot of these popular locations, people go in and ask the same drab questions time after time. Don't be that guy. Think outside the box, and you will get evidence left and right. The amount of evidence we got night 3 execution viewing room, when we get to that recorder in about 220 shows, it's going to be that long. You're going to see audio or hear audio and see video like you wouldn't believe. It second to none. It's the best experience and evidence I've ever gotten in the paranormal in 14 years. Over almost 900 investigations. So, guys, make sure and stay tuned for that, please. It's going to be a lot of fun. But until tomorrow night, I will be back, normal time, as long as work doesn't keep me late like they did Friday. 15-hour day. But anyway, you guys have been amazing. Again, if you haven't hit like, please do so. Make sure to check me out on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. This show will immediately be uploaded to YouTube afterwards, as well as the 2 videos from the prison that I showed early on. Anyways, guys, have a great night. God bless. And I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Thanks for being here.